Alright, y'all, what's up? I just thought we would do some chess puzzles today. It's been a while since I've done some. I already warmed up a little bit. Just get right into it. Okay. Well, it looks like we have two passed pawns. His queen is looking kind of trapped. Not really, though. Hmm. Are we white or black? Okay. I was doing this earlier and I could not. Like, I pretty much solved the puzzle. I was so excited, and then I realized I wasn't white, I was black. Wait, I think it might be Rook A8, right? Rook A8. That cuts his queen off from the A file. He doesn't have anywhere to go along here. So that's not an option, right? So we just shift that. That's all covered. That's all covered. So he's gonna take the pawn on A or B6 or B5. Then we have Rook A5, and now he has nothing, nowhere to go. Right? All of these are both taken. Cool. Well, the one that's springing to mind is pawn F7, but then we have to deal with King G7. Then we have A6, and then whatever stops defending. The F8 square. We're good now. Yeah. No, really. And why not here? We push. He takes. Oh, it's just because he's getting both of our pawns. That's I see. That's, yeah, no, we don't want to draw. We have to take this, but after we take, right, it's good when you're doing these, just think of everything out ahead of time, right? Take, 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 as they say. We just have the passed pawn. Right, his king is way over here. We can push, even if he takes, we can even just ignore that and just push, 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 push. We're good. Oh, we don't even, yeah, we don't even take, wow. We just, wow. Okay, silly me. Forgive me. You know, I was thinking Rook H8, Rook H7, with the idea of going there, but the problem is He has this. And that kind of stops me in my tracks a little bit. But not really, because I could just take. So, yeah, maybe that's. Okay. Silly me. I guess we could just. Really? Okay, I'm gonna. Obviously, I have no clue what I'm doing. Uh, um. Okay. Well. Oh, you know what? We do it by checks, right? Yeah. Go. I get it. Probably need to think on those a little bit longer, right? So he's threatening mate right now, right? He'd like to take. I'd have to go here, and this would be mate. So whatever I do, it better come with check. Alright, gotta be forcing here. This is another one where his queen is looking kind of trapped in a boxed in. If I were to defend this, maybe by playing knight d3, which also happens to attack his queen has nowhere to go. Mm, this would be a checkmate, except for his queen defending it. That's the elephant in the room. The other elephant is that my king is a little naked here. A little bit afraid. I would be too if I had that queen coming after me, I'd be terrified. What we could do is attack his queen when in tempo. But the problem with that is he does the same thing. But then he takes, and we are just up a rook in that situation. So I guess the other option is here. The idea to go over, right? And I don't think he can respond in any appropriate fashion to this. right? If he goes anywhere, because he has to keep defending this. No question about that. Can't go here. And so what that means is since he cannot go here, we don't have to worry about him taking this and checking our king next turn, right? So we can just bring this rook over. He has to go either here, here, or here. It makes no difference. Our threats are unstoppable. That. Check. Yep. Cool. This is definitely a checkmate. I just we want to play this on the dark squared weaknesses, right? I'm thinking like queen h6 check. This forces his king to go to e5. We can't move this bishop, right? We don't want to. We want to keep this guy here to defend these squares. So the king ends up on e5. After we go h6 with our queen. Now, queen g7 looks appealing, except for the fact that he has rook f6. Right? So in response, the queen g7, rook f6 looks to stop our threats. However, at that point, oh, you know what though? He is threatening mate. Almost. Actually, no, he's not. Because if he should ever go queen b1, we go rook c1, and it's defended by this little guy over here. Right? As long as the rook stays on that file. But we cannot go queen here and then rook here and then here, because this rook would be off the file, right? Just a little bit annoying. Tad bit annoying. Little itsy bitsy. Well, our only check is queen h6. Right, so. And then his only response is queen e5. So do we have anything from there? Like, we could go, like, bishop to f4 check. But no, we can't because then he just takes, right? He takes our bishop. Hmm. No, you know what? I think we go f4 and we get the queen. It's not a mate, but I think it's the best we got. No? Well, never mind. I know nothing. Do we go H4, F4 now? Yeah, okay. Right idea. It's just a better execution of it. We'd probably be winning anyway. Queen E6. Check. That lends itself to the king going to G7 maybe? Or here, but I don't really see what that does for us. You know what does look interesting? Rook to E6, right? Rook E6. The threat is obviously to take the knight because the knight defends the rook. So this whole configuration is kind of shabby, right? If he decides to move the knight, we take the rook. He can't really move the knight anywhere to defend the rook. So that's not a concern. That's not how that works. This also not how that works. Just to clarify, the knight does not move like that. Yeah. So I think we just apply pressure. Now, the other question is, what if he just defends the knight, right? He can't go here. So our rook just takes his queen. But what about like here? Well, I think if he defend, oh, that's actually, well, no, because it looks like he's defending both of these. But if our rook is here, we just take. He has to take back with the queen, right? And then we take the rook. So I think we just, yeah, we take, and take. Now we're up a pawn, right? Two pawns. Okay. So we're down a very far past pawn. Like it's all the way outside past pawn, actually, is what it's called. The question is, how are we gonna? I mean, we have our own really advanced pawn right here. Right, so he's gonna try to come this way. I'm gonna try to go that way. The question becomes, if I push to a7, right? And let's say he just defends with one of these two rooks. How do I get the pawn to a8? Maybe rook a3. Well, let's say he defends with both of these rooks, right? I think we put the rook behind the pawn and then we play knight 8 or ag8. Really? Never mind. I know nothing. So what do we do? What do we do? Do it ba do 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 ba. AGP. Are we trying to checkmate him? There's no way, right? How would we even do that? He is uncheckmateable. What? Well, we could. We have this check. He takes. And then I have this fork. Interesting. Yeah, that's his only move. For mine, I know nothing about chess. Please forgive me. I'm gonna go cry now because I how little I know. See, I don't even understand why that move was good now. If he just takes it. I definitely have a blind spot for my opponent just being able to take things. With the king, I think it's particularly um, uh, interesting. Very interesting. So I can't checkmate him. That's not even in the realm of possibility. Except check, attack his rook. No, because now I don't even have anything defending this pawn. Right? There. What? Why would that be the right move? I'm so lost. We're not winning any of this, right? Unless we have a fork. And even then, I don't think we're winning this endgame via a fork. Right? We're just down so much material. So it must be some sort of a mating net. I just don't know how to weave it. I don't see. mm, You know? What? What if we sacrifice this knight, right? We actually played this move. He takes. Check. He takes. Maybe. He doesn't even have to take, then he can go back. But, mm. Yeah. I am liking this less and less. When I look at it. Let's try it. I mean, I don't completely understand what I'm doing here. Oh, now we're promoting. What? I guess now we don't even have to trade the pawn for a rook. Now we just get the full queen. That's crazy. Alright, yo, I think we're gonna end on that one. That was interesting though, right? So we have this plan. This is where the puzzle starts. We have this plan of, or this is where the puzzle, this is where the puzzle started. We have this plan of getting this pawn to the end, right? And we can just force it. But then, maybe we're not completely winning. Maybe losing. So instead of doing that, we force him to take with the king, right? If he doesn't take with the king here, he takes with a pawn, we deliver a nasty fork. So he takes with the king. But once he does so, this guy is free to go. And we don't have to worry about him trading a rook for our queen. That's crazy. So we switch it back. Cool. Alright, have a good one, yo. See you next time.